Okay guys, it's time to talk about scale factor. This is how much you increase or decrease something. So when we look at it, we want to compare the original to the new. Okay? What in the world happened here? Well, we're looking for scale factor is really the ratio of the new divided by the original. So in this case, we could do 9 divided by 3. If we do 9 divided by 3, there's a scale factor of 3, which means that each side is 3 times larger. So if we're looking at the perimeter, if we want to talk about perimeter, well, the original one, the perimeter is when you add up all the sides, would be 3, 6, 9, 12. And if you do the perimeter of the new one, it's 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 36. It's 3 times greater. What happens when we talk about area? Area is a little different. The original was 9, and the new one's 81. Well, if we look at that ratio, 81 to 9, what do we notice? It's 9 times bigger. But hey, remember that perimeter is a linear distance? And area, we're talking about how many squares there are. You're doing 2 dimensions this time. So instead of just increasing the scale factor by 3, you increase it by 9 when you're talking about the area of it. So if you're comparing areas, it's going to be 9 times bigger. Kind of weird, but try it out. Okay, let's look at this one. If we do the original and we compare it to the new, well, we could just do 4 over 2 equals 2. Or no, that's not right. You must do the new over the original. Okay, that's important. You can't just do it in any old order. So the new is 2, the original is 4. So there's a scale factor of 1/2, meaning each side will be 1/2 as big. If we look at perimeter, if we compare the perimeters, on the first one, you have a perimeter of 12. And on the second one, you have a perimeter of 6. If we compare areas, remember this will be a little bit different. It's 8 to 2. So it's the perimeter is 2 times longer, or excuse me, half as long. The area is 1/4 as big. Let that sink in. There's a whole packet on this waiting for you in your activities box. All right, so let's try this one. We know that the original is getting smaller, which means we'll probably have a fraction for an answer. So let's look at that. Let's do the easiest ones. The new is 2, the original is 8. So the scale factor is 1/4 because we always do new divided by original. That gives us a scale factor of 1/4, which tells us things are going to get smaller. When we do that, if we look at our perimeter, the perimeter would be 36 on this one. And if we look at this one, that'll be 5, that'll be 9. It's 1/4 as big, which is what we expect. If we compare area, this one's 80, but the area of this one is only 5. It's 1/16 as big. Hey, you want to know something weird? Our scale factor 1/4 times 1/4 equals 1/16. So study those relationships. Study what scale factor is. Study what perimeter is, how perimeter affects scale factor, or how scale factor affects perimeter, and study how scale factor affects area. It's really weird. Make sure you do the activities on these.